Hi, I'm Stacy Hamilton with the Elevated Table, and today we're making bacon crackers. I'm really excited because everyone knows I love bacon. We will be infusing a little pain relief into our crackers using brown sugar. So our recipe called for club crackers, but I had these and I wanted to use them instead. And so we've got a variety of different crackers. We have a little bit of brown sugar. I've added some cayenne pepper, just sprinkled to taste. And then I'll add some crushed red pepper and a little bit of maple. We'll put the bacon on. I'm really excited to see how this comes out. And we will also today be featuring Dash. Dash, would you introduce yourself, please?
What's going on, guys? I'm Dash Paz. I'm from Oklahoma. Just here to play country music and see where it goes. Touch everyone's lives with it.
That sounds great. So let's get started. We're gonna put the bacon on top of the crackers. Dash, while I do that, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Tell me what brought you to music.
So I started music about 12 years old. I picked up guitar. My dad had a guitar in his closet, and at first he didn't want to let me play, or didn't want anyone to touch it, you know, just because it was his, you know, I was a young kid.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely I just was interested, so I'd sneak in the closet and kind of like strum around with it and ask questions at church for the youth leader, and they would tell me a couple things about guitar, and I would try it out, and you know, and then my dad saw that I was kind of, you know, being sneaky about it. He's like, hey, all right, if you're gonna really learn, you gotta really learn it.
Yeah.
But it really started, the passion kind of really started through a rivalry almost. One of my good friends started playing guitar, and out the gate he was just really good at it, and he'd only been playing for a month, and I was like, man, I really want to get to that level, you know, and so that's really what kind of started that whole stage in my life. And about that time too, as soon as I picked up guitar, you know, rock music kind of overtook me, and there's just a lot more, you know, guitar solos and nice melodies that I liked at the time that really just captivated me. So
right.
I started, you know, playing rock and roll music, you know.
Who's influenced you the most in rock and roll, you think, artist-wise?
Oh man, so when I first started, I guess rock punk band called Sum 41 really influenced me on the rock side. But it's strange because it's just like, it was such a flip, because I started playing, or I started listening to, you know, country music. That's what I grew up on. My parents were Southern gospel churchgoers, and so they'd put on the Gaithers with the Crab Family, you know, just country music in general. Tim McGraw, huge influence of mine. Colin Ray and George Strait, just anyone who played at the time in the 90s, really. And so I grew up that, and so I know a lot of that stuff. I went down that road. I think Papa Roach came around, and I started playing their riffs, and then Avenged Sevenfold came around, and they became a heavy influence on the melodic part of me. And
How so?
I don't know, I remember I was like, I don't know, when they first came out, I guess when I first heard them, I was like 14, 15.
Right.
And I remember this song came on the radio, because me and my brother would just kind of listen to the radio and fall asleep. And this song came on the radio, and there was like a 2-part harmony guitar part that just like blew me away, and they would not say the song, so I would stay up till 12, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, just figuring out if they would actually tell me this band. Eventually, it you know, they finally said it, and it was like Avenged Sevenfold Backcountry, and I was hooked. I was hooked on that, and I just loved the melodic phrasing, so I just chased after that completely. Yeah, so I knew I just wanted to be in a rock and roll band. I was like, that's it. That's the kind of style that I really like. You know, so I try to chase after that.
That's really cool. So next we're gonna put in the maple syrup, so everything will stick nicely. So we're just gonna brush it with some maple syrup. I sure have enjoyed visiting with you, Dash. I also just wanted to take just a moment and say that, you know, while the Elevated Table is certainly not in any way, shape, form, or fashion a political, we don't make political statements, we don't have political views. We are very sorry for the loss of Charlie Kirk, and our hearts go out to his family. just want to make sure we got that out of the way. So what brought you to Nashville from Oklahoma?
So that was kind of, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and that's kind of something similar in that vein. So I was in Oklahoma. I was going to stay in Oklahoma. My dad got a promotion to Tennessee, and it was kind of like faith, basically, for me to come to town. I was like 19, 20. I just got out of high school, and
Wow.
my dad was just like, "Hey, I got a promotion in Tennessee." That was it. And I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm staying here. I can make my way. I'm a man. I'm a young man, So I was like, "You ain't got to worry about me. I have to do this." He's like, "All right, well, let me know if you change your mind." So one day, coming home from work, my mom had a coffee table, and she was very picky about what's on her coffee table. She just had a little glass bowl with marbles in it,
Right.
or like candles. Nothing else on that coffee table. She just wanted it to look nice. But one day I got home, and it was so crazy because we're church driven. We went to church, and we pray about our decisions. And one day I came home, and there was a Times magazine on the coffee table, which was really odd because, again, my mom doesn't have anything on the coffee table.
Right.
So it was crazy to come home to that. So I started looking at this Times magazine, and it was like, hey, 5 top music business colleges that you need to consider when going to college. I looked at it because that was my goal. I was gonna try to get into the music business. LA and New York were the number 2. Number 3 was a little campus called MTSU. And I was reading about it and just selling. I was like, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I was like, okay. So I called my dad. I was like, hey, you're moving to Tennessee, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what was the name of the town that you're moving to? And he's like, I don't know. It's a really long, it's a strange name. I'm like, I'll have to call you back when I find what town it is. So 15 minutes goes by, he calls me back. He's like, it's a town called Murfreesboro.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, well, if that ain't a sign, then I was like, I guess I need to move with you, Dad. So he's like, all right, well, pack up your stuff. We're leaving in a couple months. Well, that's what kind of brought me here. So I went to MTSU for a little bit. Just began my music career, just going out. But at that time, I had that rock and roll mentality, so I was like looking for rock bands to play.
Right.
And so I found a couple along the way. It didn't pan out as well as I liked it to, but it was going somewhere for a little bit.
Right.
Eventually, it became the band thing kind of died out, and I had to get a real job.
Right. So I've brushed it with the maple syrup, and then I added a little bit of the cayenne and brown sugar, and now I've just added a little bit of crushed red pepper because I like hot and spicy. We're gonna pop them in the oven for about 40 minutes at 350 degrees, and we should have some yummy deliciousness.
What's up, y'all? I'm Chase Holland with the Elevated Table. We're here with Dash. He's an artist, singer, songwriter. We're going to talk to him a bit more in depth about what he's doing, what he got planned. You start playing guitar, man. You said you would start playing at a young age, right?
I did, yeah. 12 years old.
12 years old. What was the main genres that influenced you the most growing up?
It's kind of a mix of a lot of things. So, I started musically. I remember this gospel, this guy named Marty Raybon, and most people know him from Shenandoah. But I know him from Marty Raybon. He had a gospel album, and just the melodies kind of stuck in my head. Yeah. And guitar-wise, it was rock yeah, all the way through.
Now, I remember you saying something about Avenged Sevenfold Backcountry. I related that, man, because I'm 25, so we're not too far in age. And when that album came out, I was young, and I remember hearing it, and it put me on too. So I definitely love that rock side of things.
Yeah, it is.
You do a lot of solo guitar or anything?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I chased, man. Anything like, and then Eddie Van Halen came into play, and I was like, all right, this is it.
Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, rest in peace.
It's hard to say that it's real. I still can't believe that.
I can't believe it either. You just think that everyone lives forever, especially rock and roll stars after they pass 27, right?
Yeah, legends, that's for sure. Where are you from originally?
So it's kind of a wonky story, I was actually born in California.
Yeah.
Then I was in foster care for a little bit up there, and then I was basically raised in Oklahoma. So a lot of my music, part of my life was just driving up the hills and meadows and that stuff in Oklahoma. So that's where all my years just kind of came from, all my knowledge of life.
Yeah.
You know, first time I drank a beer, first time I drove a car, first time I wrecked it. You know.
Yeah, I relate to that. I get that. It's like home. Just when it comes to writing a song, what would you say is your go-to? Like, what's your routine? Everybody's got a routine.
You know, honestly, it's just kind of, for me, people will say things off the cusp when they talk in a conversation. They'll say something and it resonates. I usually follow the path of like, does it resonate with me? So if I ever sing it, if I do decide to chase the idea resonates with me, and then I can apply it to my life and bring why that saying is connected so hard, and I can piece together the song that, you know, hopefully someone else can also connect with as well.
That's interesting. Have you done any recording since you've been up here? You recorded with anybody yet?
Like famous wise, no. I mean, but I have some songs out there, you know, just floating around in the music space.
So you've got a new single coming
out, yeah.
And what's it called?
It's called Down For Me.
Down. Is that more country, you'd say, yeah?
Yeah. Most of the stuff that I play now is country. A lot of it, you know, I didn't at the time. So I was in rock music, and I remember trying to be a backing vocalist. And I got in the vocal booth, and mid-chorus, you know, they stopped the track and they're like, you need to get out. And I was like, what'd I do? And they're like, when you talk, you don't really sound country, but when you sing, it comes out. I was like, you're over singing your accent's over singing the lead singer. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah.
So everyone's like, you need to do country.
I was like, yeah, you should probably start doing country if you're gonna play music. And I was like, nah, dude, shred or be dead. And shortly after that statement, you know, Brad Paisley and Keith Urban came into my life, and I was like, oh, okay, so there are riffs out there for country music. And I think, you know, diving into it, I realized there's a whole lot of, you know, just country guitar players that are just riveting.
How do you see yourself in 10 years? You know, what's your goal? What's your vision?
You know, honestly, I would love to just have a decent fan base. You know, I don't necessarily have to fill stadiums or anything like that, but it'd be cool to be able to go from town to town. Yeah. To have, you know, however these small venues are, you know, just to play these venues, you know, just I think 100, 200 people. And just be able to play a show, just so I can look at it, just so I can
easily achievable, man.
Yeah.
You got a good sound live. Like at the Get Up, already hearing you play, you guys, man, everybody there was so good. But you had a really cool sound going for you. That real nice, like just hits the soul. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm real excited to hear you play what you got. How can everybody find you? What's your social media?
So Dash Paz Music, Paz is how you spell my last name, and. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, and as far as music, it's just Dash Paz, you know, on Apple Music, Amazon, it's all on all those things. You can listen to a full band rendition of the acoustic stuff that you might find online. I started this whole songwriting ordeal 3 years ago. I should have started way sooner, you know. I think that's if I could give any advice, I mean, just start. Just do it. And so, because I don't have any formal singing lessons or anything like that. 3 years ago, I just decided, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to do this. So, and everyone else is in that same veins. And obviously, whatever you practice, you're going to get better at. So if you practice not singing, you're going to get good at not singing. So if you practice singing or whatever you're interested in, I think that's you're going to get better at that. So
you just got to do it, man. That's truthful. That is truthful. We're going to move on and let him play some songs for us. Y'all go give him a follow, and we're going to play some music and about to get some good snacks too here in a few.
This world, everything's a test. I'm just a soul trying to hide the mess. every step I take, it's like I'm bound to fall. I try so hard to keep my head held high, to get knocked downhill, I don't know why. I always try to run and end up in a crawl. I feel like a punchline in this one life joke. Sometimes it gets to me and it won't let go. If every gray cloud is silver lining, why is it always dark for me? I keep running in circles and trying to put together broken dreams, sending prayers up this highway home, hoping he's still listening. So Lord, if I'm still worth a small victory, could you send one down for me? These days I wear a smiling mask, wondering how long it'll last. Or could this be a life that I have to lead? I know I shouldn't compare myself to the blessings of someone else, but damn, does that other side look green? If every gray cloud is silver lining, why is it always dark for me? I keep running in circles, trying to put together broken dreams, sending prayers up this highway home, hoping he's still listening. So Lord, if I'm still worth a small victory, could you send one down for me? I've read somewhere he only gives trials you can handle, so surely one good win isn't too much to ask for. If every gray cloud is silver lining, why is it always dark for me? I keep running in circles, trying to put together broken dreams, sending prayers up this highway home, hoping he's still listening. So Lord, if I'm still worth a small victory, Lord, if I'm worth forgiving, could you send one down for me? Could you send one down for me? Could you send one down for me? That was called Down For Me. It's not out, it's coming out soon. This one's called Bartender Hit Me. Bartender hit me, drown out her memory. Maybe she'll miss me, a double shot of whiskey. Bartender hit me, she's really gone. With a dust cloud dirt road, and I'm here on my own, 'cause I ain't her home no more. So if you're keeping up, we'll keep it up, and bartender hit me, drown out her memory. And maybe she'll miss me, a double shot of whiskey. Bartender hit me, I'm here till you close. This glass is all I have to hold. Can you give me something that'll work and wash away this hurt? Or maybe it's just making it worse, chase it with a rabbit hole. Maybe shake it up or mix it down, stir it up, swirl around, anything to numb the pain, 'cause she ain't coming back now. So bartender, hit me and drown out her memory and wash away this lonely with another shot of whiskey. Bartender, hit me. Bartender, hit me. Bartender, hit me. That was Bartender, Hit Me. It's streaming right now. You can find it at Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Search Dash Paz Music.
And there we go. There's bacon crackers and Dash. What a wonderful sound. I'm so blessed to get to listen to you. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for having me.
Don't forget to like and follow us. Subscribe to the channel if you would, and Dash as well. Dash, where can we reach you? Are you on YouTube?
YouTube, Dash Paz Music, on Instagram, on TikTok, just Dash Paz Music, you'll find me there.
Thanks, you guys. We appreciate the support.